How you, Brother Tony? How's everything going?
Good morning.
You know, I remember when I was a small kid, my mother and my father, they were always talking about the Lord. The Lord was always in their life. And the Lord was in their life so much till the older I got, the more I wanted to get away from it. Because it seemed to me that God wasn't doing what I thought he ought to do in their life. I thought we should have more and things should be better. And I guess it was just greed on my part. So one day, my older brother was telling me about the gym, because he was going down at the gym, major in the boxing gym. So I was 8 years old. I started going down the gym, looking around, and one day I decided I wanted to be a boxer to keep people off me. Because every time somebody would say something to me in my class, they would say, "Oh, you better leave him alone. He got bigger brothers." So I said, well, I have to learn to take care of myself, so I wanted to go get my brothers. So I went down to the gym, and a few years went past, and God blessed me with the talent to become a very good amateur fighter. And then years later, I started going around winning these championships. At the age of 14, I put my age up to 16 so I could go into the tournament. I won 3 championships every year. It was the city, then it was the state, then it was the South Atlantics. I won all the time. I looked around when I got to be 18. I had something like 9 or 12 championships under my belt.
Wow.
That's when I went into tried out for the Olympics. But I didn't know, being under 21, your parent or guardian had to sign for you. And I was a bad boy. My father wouldn't sign for me because he was sure teaching me a lesson. At the time, I thought he was being mean and evil to me. But he wasn't, because I had got too hard-headed, too stubborn, and too full of myself. I told Cassius Clay I'll meet him over in Rome. Cassius Clay, that's what he was called then. His name was Muhammad Ali. Now, we were friends. Anyway, to make a long story short, I loaned him money, which he never paid me back. $17 to be exact. Anyway, when I turned professional, things was going good. I started to make money, doing good, but I got introduced to drinking, and that was my problem. I would just drink. And I used to come down to the bar, and they all knew me. They would count the bar stools, put me right in the middle. And I used to say, "Barkeep, run this way, run that way. When you meet in the middle, then you get paid." But all that soon came to pass. Just like the scriptures say, a fool and his money are soon part. And that's what happened. Then I got in a car accident, tore my face up, and had 2 plastic surgeries on my face and everything, and that ended my boxing career. And the funny thing about it, Tony, I never got cut the whole time I was fighting. In the Hall of Fame book, they gave me 156 amateur fights, and I won 150.
Wow.
No draws.
Wow.
Win or lose. Anyway, things started going bad. After I got married, things started going bad. So after me and my wife broke up, my family and all, I went back to my mother's house because they had passed then, but it was my house too. And so things still went bad. And my lifelong friends, Dergie Johnson, which you well know, and Alfred Allen, you well know, they had gotten saved, walking with the Lord. I used to duck them. I see him, I said, I'm getting away because all they want to talk about is Jesus. So one day I reached the end of the road for me, I thought. I said, well, now I found and I seen Al. Al told me where he lived. And so I said, well, I'm going around there to get saved. This was after my mother died and my father died and my brother, who I was close to, he died, and everything was just looking bad. Lost my job and everything was just at the wit's end. So I said, I'd go around our house one Sunday morning. I went around there. He said, well, come on, go to church with me. Derge's coming around to pick me up. I go to church and I give my life to the Lord. And after I gave my life to the Lord, I said, well, maybe things will clear up or get better. Because they say, you need something, I was told all my life, God is the answer. And I looked around, I said, everything will be all right now. I got saved. Things got worse. I lost my house, I lost my clothes, lost my job, I lost everything. But I said, I'm going to hang in here anyway. Because the commitment I made, I really made it from the bottom of my heart. Then the Lord showed his mercy upon me. The day I came to the Lord and got saved, Al and Dergie took me to work with him the very next day. So I started to work. And then God fulfilled all his promises that he says. He never left me and he never leave me. And things started getting better and better. In fact, I had to go live with Dergie for a while because I had no place to go.
Wow.
And then God started restoring things back to me. And now I'm happy to say the Lord been good. His mercy endures forever.
Amen.
And that is a fact.
Amen.
And then after things started going good for many years. Then 3 years ago, as you well know, I came from the barber shop and a car ran over me and ran me down cold. And at that time, they didn't know whether I was going to live or die. The doctor told me that the car accident really wasn't a factor. The main thing was my heart was bleeding on the inside and I didn't even know it. And the doctor said if I would have been out there for another week or so, no telling what would have happened by my heart bleeding. I didn't have no indications of what was going on. I wasn't bleeding. I wasn't doing, but I know I felt a little weak, but I couldn't understand it. But anyway, when I got to the hospital, Brother Till told me this. He said when they were packing me up to go home, I passed out and started bleeding from my mouth. And then that's when they found out, they took me back to the x-ray ring, that's when they found out that my heart was bleeding and it wasn't from the accident. So they fixed me up and fixed and patched my heart up and everything. So my testimony is God allowed a car to run over me so I could get the heart fixed.